Hi everyone, hopefully you are doing very well and you stay very safe. Here I'm going to talk about several points. I want to talk about the Tuesday, which is the mock quiz. I want to talk about the word or words which are expected for the solution for the steps of the solution, and I want to talk about the percentage just to make sure that you know what is really going on for each quiz and test. I start with just Tuesday. Next week, exceptionally, we meet each other on Tuesday. First, we meet each other in Zoom, and then we do the mock quiz. But usually, when you have quiz or test, we just don't visit each other in the Zoom. What you are going to do in future? Okay, in future, when you have quiz and test, um, I said, please, if you can see the fourth line, go to the course document and read all the steps. So please read it. I really appreciate because you need them. Okay, you don't want to be stressed during quiz or test. So if you have the real quiz or test before quiz or test, for example, 7:30 for SAC section and 12:05 for STF section, you are going to receive a Google Meet code. Don't share, please. Don't ask me. For sure I will send you. If it is 5 minutes before, then you can ask me. Please don't share because different groups have different code. Go to the Gmail which shows your first name and last name on Blackboard, which are official first name and last name. If you have it, okay, use it. If you don't have it, you can make it. Then join, and in the chat you can write your name. Okay, so that's important, very important for me, because I want to have that recorded for my reference. That's your attendance. I don't want to waste your time to call names one by one. And then you go to, so make sure that you are visible, we can see you. Make sure that you have calculator, pencil and everything. And then you can go to assessment. You go to assessment, you find the folder which is needed. Okay, the folder which is needed is MockjQuiz, for example, or quiz number 1, or test number 1, quiz number 2. Okay, so based on what you have, and then you click on the quiz, and for example, the password that I share with you, you can enter it here. Okay, so of course, if I open, you can see the question. Yes, I am not going to mark these as these. I'm not going to mark this mock quiz. No, I don't mark it. I don't mark it. You are going to have two questions from week number 1. So you have more time than usual, but in reality, for quizzes you must have just 25 minutes, and for tests you must have just 50 minutes. But I measure, maybe I give you more, for example 5 minutes more, for example. So I said, okay, so if you have any question, please email me. So you know me. When you email me, I try to reply very fast. Okay, so then let me go to the steps. Okay, so then, for example, you can go, okay, to the assessment. You find, okay, let me go to another course. I can show you the question there. Okay, so these questions, for example. Okay, so we go to assessment, we go to, for example, mock quiz. We click on mock quiz, and then it says, okay, begin. Okay, so we enter the password which is given to you, and then you start. Okay, so you can say no thanks, you don't want to memorize the password. I think it doesn't matter. Okay, so remember, we have to see you all the time, so you have to be please go over the document which is long. Maybe right now I am talking to you, maybe I miss a point. Okay, so make sure that you read it. Maybe something happens, you are out of the quiz or test, maybe Wi-Fi has problem, maybe some issues. Okay, so please email me, and I suggest, I just say wait, and I try to help you. Okay, maybe I ask you for a proof. Okay, so proof it for me. What's wrong with the network? Can you send me a picture? Can you send me the for example a screenshot, for example? Okay, you read the question. Okay, so you answer on paper, but then the last result, which is the final answer, you must enter it here. See here. Okay, so you read this: 2 logarithm x minus 1 equal 5 logarithm y plus 2. Okay, so I do it on piece of paper. Okay, so but the last answer, when okay, so rewrite the equation. It contains no logarithm, no need to solve for x. Okay, let's say the last answer. Okay, so let me maybe make it bigger that you can see. Let's say the last answer is x minus 1. So here, this is not part of your course, it's math 270. Okay, so equal x minus 1 power 2 equal bracket y minus, okay, sorry, 1 plus 2 power 5. Okay, see, this is the final answer. Okay, remember, on the paper you are showing it, you are really showing it, and you are saying that what you are doing. So I'm going to show you, then you do this, and just the last answer, you can do it this way, or you can go to, for example, here and do it in math editor. Okay, so for example, you do this, and then you do, okay, so bracket x minus 1 close the bracket power 2, okay, equal another one. Okay, so here, okay, so this, oops, so I go here. Okay, so I click on that. So yeah, let me see. Yeah, so I can do that. Y plus 5, y plus 2 power 5. Okay, and then I can click that and see it is entered there. So I don't need to do both of them. Okay, I don't need to do both of them, but I'm going to show you, I'm showing you. Okay, so you can do it that way, or you can do it math way, doesn't matter. This is the last answer. Your full solution is on paper. Okay, then you click on next. Remember, you cannot come back to the question. Okay, so this is your final answer. So of course, in later on, when you, for example, you cannot change your answer because your final answer is here. Okay, I must see the final answer here. So any method to type it, yes, you can use this method, or you can do it math editor, that. Okay, so then you go to the next question. Then the next question you will see, okay, ln 10.5. Okay, evaluate to 3 significant digit. Okay, so ln 10.5 is 2.351, but I just want 3 significant digit. So this is not your course, I'm just showing you. Okay, so it is 2.35 is the final answer. 2.35 is the final answer. Okay, so let me make it bigger. The final answer is here. Okay, so that's just the final answer. Remember, this is final answer, but the whole solution must be on a piece of paper. Okay, so then I just save and submit. Okay, so, and it was just 2 questions. Okay, so your final answer is on paper. Now I want to show you what do I mean by solution. Okay, what do I mean by solution here? For example, I am adding these 2 fractions. Okay, so see, when I say show me the solution, okay, so I don't want you to write a story for me. I don't want you to waste your time. I don't want to see unnecessary steps. No, but I want, for example, if it's possible, for each part, you just write a word for me to show that you understand. Okay, so for example, here you can say LCD of 24 and 36, and I know you want to find least common denominator. Okay, so okay, doesn't matter which method you use. So 24 is 2 cubed multiple 3, which is 3 times 8, and this one is 2 power 2 multiple 3 power 2, and least common denominator is, okay, so is this one and this one. So this multiple this, okay, which is 8 multiple 9, which is 72. Okay, so that's a step 1. And then equal, so you multiply this with let me see, you multiply this with 3, 24 multiple 3 plus 7 multiple yes, 7 multiple 2, 36 multiple 2. Okay, so yes, for one of them you multiply by 2, for one of them you multiply by 3. But what do I mean by word? So here you will write, let me see, here you will write this, you will write find Okay, find equivalent fraction. Okay, this proves that you know what are you doing. This is find equivalent fraction, and then it is 15 over 72 plus 14 over 72, which is 29 over 72. If you can simplify, for example, you can simplify something from something, something from top and bottom. Okay, if you can, here you cannot, but if you can simplify, you write, okay, you write simplify. So if you go to the document, which is very long, steps for quiz and test, in course document, you can see item 14. Item 14, I talked about, I want to see one word or some words. Okay, so maybe you need more than one word. Okay, so just to explain, find equivalent fraction, simplify. I'm simplifying. Okay, you are simplifying. Okay, so and then, okay, then this is the last answer. So see, you show me all the steps, you have words beside that. I know. Okay, perfect. I know you know that what are you doing. So done. You can just go to the next question. Remember, you cannot go back when you are in a question. You cannot go back there to the other question. You cannot go back and change it. Okay, so make sure questions are in the right order. For example, number 1, number 2, number 3. Remember, in future quizzes and tests, not for this one, questions are going to change for students. Order is going to change for a student, so you don't have the same question. Okay, so but make sure to write it number 1, number 2, number 3, because then it will be very hard for me to mark it, because questions is changing for students. Okay, so if you have a blank question you don't want to answer, make sure that you write number 1 and fill it blank. So just leave it blank. Okay, you don't have any answer for that, that's fine, that's okay. Okay, so after the time is over, the quiz will be the quiz or the test will be auto submitted. I still have to be able to see you. Then you have 15 minutes to do the scan. Make sure to practice for that. Make sure to write your name top of the first page. Make sure you have your picture the same as my picture I show you. You have the picture ID, one card with picture, or picture ID like passport. So make sure in the, okay, so you make it PDF, then you go to the same folder. I can show you here. See, you go to the same folder. Okay, here you go to here, you go to assessment. Okay, you go to mock quiz. Okay, and then you submit file for this submit file. So see, you go to the same folder you found your quiz, and then you browse your computer and you submit it here. Okay, so you browse your computer. Okay, you find the PDF file. It must be PDF file, not HEIC. I don't want to submit your file in a website and ask for JPG picture, because I'm not able to read it, because then they own your file and all your information goes there. Make sure you have your name top of the page. Make sure you write your name in the chat and say you are done. You don't need to ask for permission and say, okay, you can leave. You don't need to ask. And so it must be just one file. And okay, so make sure to start your test and quiz on time, because you start later. For example, you start 5 minutes late, you reduce 5 minutes from the scanning time. Show me your steps. So the picture, everything must be clear. So please go over the file. So this was important part that I wanted to mention. So I want to talk about, for example, I want to talk about these steps that, for example, I want you to show me. Okay, so for example here, let's say, for example, I have, okay, so I have 3x plus 2, for example, and let's say, okay, okay, so 5x for example, let's say -6, for example. Okay, so what do you do here? So you are collecting all like terms. For example, okay, you are going to learn this in future. Okay, so how do you solve it? How do you solve it? So you do, okay, you collect all like terms. Okay, so this -5x, so this comes here because it must be the same, and here all the like terms are must be the one side. So you don't have this in this mock quiz, you don't have it. Okay, so and this one, so -2, okay, -2, -2, -6, for example. Here it is. Okay, so here you can write as words that I say I want to see. Okay, here you can say, okay, collect like terms, collect like terms. Okay, collect like terms. I understand, you know, so I understand that you know what to do. Okay, remember, these two questions are not coming for this mock quiz because they are not, I think both of them are not related. For this one I am sure, and for the first one I think yes, it doesn't belong to week number 1. Okay, I'm just showing you. Okay, so -2x equal -8, so you can say simplify. Okay, so you are simplifying. Okay, then x is -8 divided by -2, which is 4. Okay, then you can say solving, or then you can say isolation, isolating x. See, you are writing words for each step, and then I understand that you know what's going on here. Okay, the last point I wanted to talk about is each quiz. For example, let's say quiz has 20 marks. If you get less than 10, you didn't pass the quiz. It doesn't mean you didn't pass the course. It doesn't mean you don't pass the course. No, it doesn't mean that. Each test is, for example, 40 marks. Okay, so if you get 20, means you didn't pass the test. Okay, so if you have less than 50, you didn't pass that quiz and test. Okay, this mock quiz I don't mark it, but in future, of course, yes. So if you have less than half, okay, you didn't pass that, doesn't matter. Okay, you can compensate in future. But if you didn't pass, for example, quiz number 1 or quiz number 2 and quiz number 3 and test 1, so you have to get worried because you didn't pass many. Okay, so last semester I had a student that end of the semester they emailed me and asked me, oh, what's the reason I'm not passing? Because I thought I'm passing, but I said, how do you think you pass when you have, for all quizzes and for all tests, you have less than half? So that's impossible. Okay, so please be careful. If you have less than half, less than 50% for quiz and test, okay, start to work harder, get help. Maybe workshops for learning center you attend, maybe talk with your friend, maybe watch more videos, do more questions, ask questions from me. You can do many things. Okay, so I wish you best of luck and I hope everything goes well. If you have any question, I guess I talked about everything. Let me see. Yes, okay. Yes, as I said, I'm happy that you are not reducing mark from me, because also we are also learning. Still, we are in learning mode after pandemic started, and I really appreciate that you really tolerate if you make a mistake. Email me any question you have. Hopefully everything goes well, and have a great long weekend. Bye.